What's going on, traders? Sandro O'Connell with Pristine Capital coming at you with yet another market recap video. It is July 29th, 2021. Please click the like button on this video and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy this content. And I will continue to make it for you. Today we're going to talk about the price action in the indices. We will go under the hood and check out our sectors and style factors. We have to talk about these earnings that just came out after the bell, because those are huge, and I think they're going to have big implications for the market tomorrow. Before we get into all that, quick risk disclaimer: nothing in this video should be construed as investment advice or recommendations. Please follow your own trading plan, your own risk parameters, and last but certainly not least, do not YOLO your entire account into any one of my trades. All right, let's dive in, team. So let's check out our S&P 500. So box scores for today were S&P 500 as measured by the SPY up 0.41%. The NASDAQ QQQ finished up 0.18%. The IWM small caps finished up 0.77%. And the Dow Jones finished up 0.42%. So you can see overall a nice positive day. We did not close on the highs on any of these indices. So I think at one point it was almost like euphoria today, and then you can see we pulled back quite a bit into the end of the session. Oh yeah, before I forget, somebody gave me some good feedback yesterday on the video. They said there was like the sound of like a soda can opening up and all those different effects. That's from my Benzinga newswire, which I usually have on like after the close. Sometimes I just forget to turn it off, so it's just such an easy fix. But thank you for the feedback. Yeah, if you ever have feedback on the videos, things that you want to see more of, things you want to see less of, feel free. Always just leave a comment down below. It really helps me. Okay, so, yeah, you can see we closed off the highs. We're still above all the key moving averages, though. And at this point, we're really just kind of moving sideways. It does sort of feel like the market's getting a little tired here, because now we're getting some not so good reactions to earnings. We will take a look at those in just one sec. NASDAQ. Red candle. This is definitely not a good candle here, where we close, literally like right on the lows. It looks like this is still, falling in the after hours. And it makes sense because Amazon did not really have a good earnings report. Russell was the leader for today, up 0.76%. I just bought some Russell calls yesterday. And yeah, we closed above the 20-day, but on the same token, we did not close on the highs. But it's good that we reclaimed the 20-day. And then the Dow Jones, pretty boring, up 0.4%. We're still consolidating within that range, and we can't make any progress beyond 35,000. Okay, so let's talk about some of these earnings that just came out. And let's look at our Benzinga after-hours scanner. So we had Pinterest report. Pinterest is down 16%, which is pretty wild. Let's pull up their results and see like what the heck went wrong there, 'cause that's a pretty big drop. Pinterest. Okay, monthly active users up 9% year over year. So yeah, their average active users, it's definitely decelerating. But yeah, somebody had a good take after the bell. They basically said like, Pinterest can't just keep growing its monthly active users at like this ridiculous clip that it's been doing it at. So eventually at some point, a lot of these companies, they do just have to slow up a little bit. Well, this doesn't look too bad. I mean, Q2 EPS was 25 cents, beat an estimate of 13 cents. Sales were 613 million, beat an estimate of 561. To me, that's not horrible, but yeah, this thing is getting clubbed after hours. And what else do we have? Zendesk reported. Zendesk is also getting clubbed after hours. What else here? Dang, Microsoft's getting clubbed too? Oh, this is not good. This is not good, team. Not good, team. So, Microsoft, I don't even think Microsoft reported. Didn't they report the other day? Pretty sure they're already out of the way. Oh, wait, not Morgan Stanley. I need Microsoft. Yeah, Microsoft. Give me one sec. I'm actually just trying to figure this out myself. It's like a very on-the-fly market recap. Microsoft. Yeah, they reported July 27th. So to me, the fact that they're down 6% after hours, This seems like this is just some sort of like unwind within the NASDAQ because of the Amazon results. Yeah, you can see Amazon is down 6% after hours. They beat their earnings estimate by, really wide margin, but they missed their sales estimates. And that is just like so odd for Amazon to miss on sales. That's like very, uncharacteristic of Amazon. It was a very small miss though. I mean, they had 113, what is this, $1 billion of sales? Is that billion with a B? Versus 115 billion. Jeez. So that's, yeah, very small miss in the grand scheme, but market, this stock had been trading up to new highs, and the market was definitely expecting something better. And then Upwork is also down. Take Two is down. Yeah, it's like a lot of losers today in terms of earnings. LC Team is up 11% after hours. Let's see what they did. So they beat on their earnings and sales, and yeah, they're just ripping higher. So I'm guessing the expectations of this company were quite a bit lower. But heading into tomorrow's session, we all know the seasonality weakens quite a bit as we exit July. And to me, it seems like, well, that may just accelerate a little bit to the last day of July. If Amazon reported so poorly, it makes me wonder, like, obviously, like, everyone's crowded into the mega caps, because look at what this did since June. Like, Amazon went from like 31.50 all the way up to 37.50. So that's a very quick advance. It makes me wonder, like, given that everybody's crowded into these stocks, where's the money going to go? Could it go into the small caps? Definitely could. I mean, it needs to go somewhere. It's either going to go into smaller cap names or the market's just going to sell off. I'm starting to think that it's just as likely that the market sells off. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Beginning of the month, seasonality is not great for August. So yeah, it might just be like everyone trying to hit the exits at the same time. We'll have to see though. We'll have to see what tomorrow brings. See what happens in the overnight futures and just take it day by day. All right. So let's jump into our market breadth, and we'll go through this very quickly. Market breadth was extremely positive today. 78% advances on the SPY. We had 83% on the Dow. Life was good today. There were, nice market breadth. And yeah, the market looked good. Some of these the FANG names are definitely getting weaker. And every day I sort of see them just kind of like leaking a little bit, or they're kind of losing some value. But some money's rotating into reflation plays. We did get some inflation data earlier today. It came out hotter than expected. And we got some GDP data that came out cooler than expected. So it's an interesting combo where it's like slower economic growth than anticipated and higher inflation. So it's like we're just sowing the seeds for some nice stagflation here. We'll have to see. Top advancers for today. We had retail, nice and positive. The home builders had a good session, up 2.94%, and these gold miners were up 2.57%. And the gold miners and gold typically does well when you're in an environment of accelerating inflation. So yeah, it looks like a mini little reflation trade was taking place today. Yeah, these semiconductors had a really nice performance. AMD, I played this one for a breakout today. This one had a beautiful breakout. Yeah, closed out the day up 5.13%. Did not close on the highs of the day, but still a really nice move. Check out this weekly chart. So AMD definitely looking good. But if the market gets very weak, then this one will be likely challenged as well. So we're going to have to see. All right, so we have our sectors. Let's look at our style factors. And you can see cyclicals had a nice performance in high beta. So this is actually a risk-on tape where everything was up, and then the most aggressive, pro-cyclical areas of the market were moving higher. So this definitely, is another sort of like headwind for the FANG names where the money's actually starting to move out of those names. So we'll have to see, if we get more flows, that could mean, okay, the small caps are going even higher, or we could just get more of like a full, risk-on tape. So let's see. And so for some of my trades for today, let's jump in here. So we talked about... So AMD, I got long these September 17th, 97.5 calls. This one was incredible. You know, the breakout, you know, it was essentially like textbook. Like this literally, like if you read any trading book and they talk about like trading breakouts, this AMD setup was pretty much that. We had our alert set. And now for our Pristine Capital Discord, you know, the alerts I set in TradingView, they're coming directly into the Discord, which is really cool. So the alert went off. You guys saw it. And then, yeah, I took my entry. So it worked out very well. I closed out half of my IWM calls that I put on yesterday for a nice winner. Closed them out for $6. Paid $4.76. I got long an Alibaba. This is sort of like a right tail play. And this is really just, hey, you know, Alibaba and these Chinese names are incredibly oversold. Alibaba has earnings coming up August 3rd. And let me just buy like a deep out of the money call option and see if it can be, you know, a multi-bagger. So put that one on for $1.39. And that's one where, you know, the probability of it working is pretty low. But if it works, it'll likely be a nice multi-bagger on the trade. So that's really like the risk I'm taking there. I think it's just worth playing for that tail hedge or that tail event, given, you know, we've gone so far over the left tail. And then I did take into the close, I took a very small lotto trade on Amazon for earnings. This was, you know, had a lot of sort of like, you know, profits to play with today, to be honest, just because, you know, some of these other trades did very well. And I just bought like a single contract. So this was like, hey, if Amazon does do something good, say they announce their stock split or whatever, I want to be able to participate. Looks like that didn't happen, which is okay. It's that little lotto, you know, whatever, it'll probably go to nothing. But that is okay. And then other than that, no other trades for me. So today, added the AMD, added that little Alibaba play. And that's about it. So let's real quick, we'll check out our options order flow. Let's see what we have. So this is another thing with Amazon. This was as of 2:30, but Amazon every single day since it had its breakout, there has been so much call activity. It's sick and twisted in the head. Let me see. Let me pull it up. So let me redo our options race. Look at Amazon right at the top. Oh, man. And then AMD on its breakout, it was also seeing a ton of flow, so that's pretty cool. And then Tesla had a pretty nice move today also. Yeah, you can see some interesting names coming up here. Citi, which doesn't normally come up, is on the list. AMD doesn't normally come up as a big flow leader. Blackstone, nice flow leader, and Amazon. So there's going to be so much call premium. It's just going to go bust. You know, call premium from all these people that have been loading the boat for weeks is going to go to nothing. And that can put downward pressure on the stock. So let's look at our tradescape. A lot of activity today. Yeah, AMD, check this out. Oh my God, look at all this flow. Everyone was positioning in AMD, which is a good thing for me because I'm still long AMD. So it looks good. What else do we have? Citi, like I mentioned earlier. A lot of call flow for Citi. Let's check out what Citi did. This makes sense. Like if there's higher inflation, maybe people start allocating to banks a little bit. Citi, not really a great candle though. Let's see. Don't tell me like everyone bought Amazon calls. Oh my God. Everyone bought Amazon calls. Jeez. So yeah, all these like this July 30th. Oh man, team. This is not looking good. So yeah, pretty much everyone is going to have to be like closing out calls at the same time. So Amazon to me, like, it's looking like it might even be a short at this point. And then what else do we have? Blackstone. Yeah, today was like the day where everyone just like laid it all on the line and bought calls. Probably like the worst day to do so. No, I'm not sure. Let's see what happens. I don't want to like make a big prediction or anything. Alibaba. Yeah, it looks like a mix of calls and puts. Yeah, a lot of order flow today. see. We got some activity. Oh, man. Oh, man. MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy. Shout out to Zane, who watches this video. Yesterday, he commented on the video. And he was like, the MicroStrategy had the money flow. Yeah, this is pretty nuts. I mean, we'll have to see, like, what happens. But I think at some point, like, the dam is going to burst on Bitcoin. And just, like, the bull is going to come charging out. These guys that are all short MicroStrategy are going to get, like, roasted by, by a gamma squeeze. So, we'll see. That's just my opinion. Anything can happen, but I just see, like, the writing's kind of, like, on the wall. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, we're gonna have to take it day by day. Tomorrow, I'm just gonna come in expecting the unexpected with these Amazon results. I think that's gonna throw a lot of people for a loop. So likely tomorrow, I'll be reducing some risk, to be quite honest, because we have the weak seasonality coming up, and that just doesn't leave a good taste in my mouth. So that being said, hey, hope you all had an awesome trading session today. And we all made it to Friday. Happy Friday, everyone. I'll see you all tomorrow.